this girl so much. Not that necessarily the same thing happened to me, but I don't know how to explain it, but like, so this girl, some of y'all know I went to this program called Turnabout Ranch, right? And it's literally like, it's in the middle of nowhere. It's just a bunch of old people who get to basically boss kids that have been abused or have problems at home or just had a troubled life, and they act out because of it. So that Dr. Phil and parents send their kids here for these people for the kids to actually get more traumatized.
That's not why people send them there.
Well, they don't know. No, I'm saying they don't know they're sending their kid here for this. But when you send your kid to this facility, your child just gets more traumatized. It's called Turnabout Ranch, right? So my mom just showed me this article. Woman says she was punished at Turnabout Ranch after reporting a sexual assault. So I haven't really talked much about my time there, but there was a time over about 2.5 weeks. There was a time around like 2.5 weeks where simply for talking upstairs in the loft where all the girls would sleep, for talking there, right, for talking and singing songs together, we were forced to sit outside in the cold. They would feed us foods they knew we specifically didn't like. They would make us pick up horse shit. They would make us walk an arena. They actually made me walk the arena, me and the other girls, for 5 days straight without letting. Now you're supposed to let the kids, even if they're in trouble, you're supposed to let the kids change their clothes every day, and then they're supposed to shower every 3 days. They did not let us shower. They did not let us change our clothes. I don't even think they let us shower over the whole 2 weeks. They made me walk in the arena, and I got athlete's foot from it. They wouldn't let me change my socks. I got athlete's foot from it, and I had a UTI. I told the nurse I had a UTI from them not letting me change my underwear. I told them I had this UTI, right? I told the nurse, she said, "You're just looking for an excuse to go to the hospital so you can run away." Now, meanwhile, this whole facility is in the middle of Escalante, Utah. And even the hospital, it's a small town. There's only about 500 people that live there. This town is very small. Like I said, it's only about 4 blocks. The hospital is in the same area now this place is literally 2 hours from any main city. If you try to run anywhere, you're either going to get eaten by coyotes or you're just going to fucking die from the freezing weather. Even if you go to the hospital, now the hospital is about 15 minutes from the facility. If you go to the hospital, you can't run away. It's the same thing as running away from the facility. So if I was trying to run away, why couldn't I just run from the place? Like, you know what I'm saying? And now I'm small and shit. Like, I'm not just gonna be chasing bears out here and shit. Like, the fuck would you, like, these people are so fucking dumb. Like, when I tell you so fucking dumb, I can't even fucking explain it to you. And so after this 2 weeks of us being malnourished, not being able to bathe, not being able to fucking speak to anybody, not being able to talk to our therapist, nothing. Not being able to send our parents letters. Now, at this place, you're supposed to be here for around 100 days. So around 3 months, right? I was extended. I had to stay there for 3 months, for an extra 3 months, for no fucking reason. They lied to my mother, all because the people there seen the Dr. Phil show and knew that I had some steam when I had some steam on the internet. So they wanted me to stay there for an extra 3 months just to fuck with me. They lied to my mother. Now, you can't talk to your parents on the phone, right? You only get to see your parents. They get to come to Utah and see you for 3 days on your 50-day mark. Then they get to see you when they come pick you up for graduation. I was sending my mom letters telling her how they weren't feeding us. They were feeding us food. Like, they would try to feed me peanut butter. I don't fucking eat peanut butter. And I made that clear multiple times. Even when it was time to eat food there, I made it clear multiple times, like, oh, I don't really like peanut butter. I don't really like peanut butter. And even on the days when I wasn't in trouble, when I was just, like, living my life there, whatever's on the menu, you have to take a certain amount of each. And if you don't eat everything that's on your plate, they literally, they force you to eat it, or you could go sit in a desk and face the wall and be fed fucking cornflakes and fucking peanut butter sandwiches and cold ramen. They literally make the ramen 30 minutes before it's time to serve dinner and then give it to you when it's cold. They'll purposely put it in the fridge. Like, these people are fucking evil. When I tell you, I can't even explain how. I get it, like, taking the privileges away and stuff, but to a certain degree. You don't have to fucking not let kids eat. And I understand, like, oh, if you do something wrong, you gotta walk a couple laps or something. But taking kids' food is not a privilege. Like, your parents are fucking spending $100,000 to send you to this place, and you're not even feeding them? But anyways, so after that whole 2 weeks of all that, like I said, not being able to shower, not being able to write my mom letters. By the way, my mom didn't receive any of those letters that I sent her about them not feeding me, how I had a UTI, how they wouldn't let me change my clothes, how I don't even know how the UTI went away. This bitch would not give me fucking medication. She would not. She refused. She swore I was lying, up and down. When I never had I think I had one sick day there when my throat was sore. That's it. And I did have a sore throat from being out in the cold. And this was within that 2 weeks, and I told them, and they wouldn't even give me cough syrup, nothing. I was coughing, I was all that shit. I had a little bit of a fever. They still made me sit outside in the cold. You know when you have like that head cold and like your throat is sore and you just feel like, ugh. That's that feeling I had. And I had it for about 4 or 5 days. And this bitch wouldn't give me nothing for it. Not even a fucking cup of tea. So anyways, so 2 weeks. So after that whole 2.5 weeks of all that, hold on, wait, let me get some water. So after that whole 2 weeks of that, right? Hold on. After that whole 2 weeks of that, me and one of the girls that were there, one of the girls, she was very attention seeking. Me and her were cool, but she was very attention seeking. And she tried to tell me, like, just for attention, like, you know, wanted to feel special. She told me that one of the male staff there was like saying how he loved to spend time with her. And she thinks she's really pretty and all that. I don't believe a word she said, right? I know she was just making this up for me to think she was cool or whatever. But anyways, so I told one of the staff, because now my ass had just been in trouble for fucking 2.5 weeks. I wanted to be able to eat. I wanted to be able to shower. I wanted to be able to take care of myself. I didn't want to fucking do all that extra shit. So I told the staff, I was like, look, blah, 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 said this, that, and the third to me. Like, I don't know how y'all want to take care of that, but just know all I did was hear it. I got in trouble. I didn't even say anything back to her, nothing. All I did was go instantly report it to staff. And I got in trouble for talking bad about a staff member. Same thing. For another week, my ass was out there in the cold. No shower, no food, none of that. Bro, these people make you fucking sleep on a hardwood plank with no pillow in a sleeping bag. Like, these people are so fucking evil. Now, meanwhile, when I was there, a murder happened. This kid who supposedly drank bleach, I don't believe he drank bleach. I just believe he was like, y'all not doing this to me. Fuck no. And he hit one of the staff members over the head with a crowbar and killed him. And there was kids so there's 2 facilities. The first facility where you go to is Roundy. You're there for about 2 weeks for your level 1 and where you start your level 2. And then you go to the barn. And so the Roundy one, it's literally like a log cabin. There's no beds, none of that. It's just these little insert things that are wood, and you sleep in a sleeping bag. You don't get no pillow, none of that. Your food, you can't have any condiments. All you drink is water and fucking powdered milk.
She says the same exact thing you just said about punishment.
Yeah, I know. So I just told y'all that, right? Now let me read you what the girl said.
In retaliation.
In what appeared to me being punished for reporting my abuse, I was required to spend extra time picking up horse manure, walking in circles around a horse corral, which is the arena, sitting in a desk facing a wall for hours, and forced to labor outside in below freezing temperatures and sleep on a wooden plank with no pillow. Am I fucking lying? These people are just so, my hatred is, like, reading this made my fucking blood boil because I can only imagine how many students this happened to.
How much nightmares from campfire?
What?
When you smell fire?
Oh, for the Roundy thing, you were forced to sit in this little teepee thing for 3 days when you first got there, and the smell of fire because they make you light your own fire and stuff to keep warm. You're out there from 6 a.m. to fucking 8 at night, all night, no matter if it's hot, cold, whatever it is, you're out there. You can't lay down, you can't none of that. You have to literally sit up and just look. It's literally the most, it just irks me so bad. But anyways, the smell of fire now, like if I smell like burning wood, it literally makes me like I get uncomfortable. The shit that they do to these kids, really what it is it's just these old people who live in this small country, this small little town that get to fuck with kids. They're old as fuck, they're ignorant as fuck, they're racist as fuck, they're disrespectful as fuck, they don't give a fuck about them, they don't give a fuck about nobody but themselves and their own kids. Like, it's just like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just fucking evil. And the fact that kids go here that were sexually abused, that were traumatized as children, that their parents are divorced and they have a hard time with it, like just stuff like that. And then they send them here for people to take their privileges away. Like, it's just, I'm talking about basic fucking privileges. It's not just, oh, I'm mad I got my phone taken away, I'm mad I got my TV taken. No, you're taking away food, you're taking away pillows, you're taking away fucking beds. You're taking away shoes. They take your fucking shoes. Like, you're not allowed to shave. None of that. They don't care about basic fucking hygiene here at all. It's really sad, and I think more kids need to speak out about this, because the way, even not only me, I wasn't,
That's what Paris Hilton's doing.
I don't think it was just me, because it wasn't. I watched the girl that I told you that was there that made up that thing about that staff member. She didn't eat peas, and they forced her to eat her own throw up, because she was eating the peas, and she was like, I really don't like peas, like please don't make me eat this. They're like, you have to eat everything on her plate. She was eating them, and she was literally throwing them up, and they were like, well, you have to finish them off the plate. Eating your own vomit. That's supposed to help kids get over trauma. Explain it. How does that help you get through trauma? How does eating your own throw up help you get through trauma? And now these fucking therapists don't give a fuck. Like I said, they're old. All they do is say, okay, well, what's going on? And then they tell you a couple things that you should do to help yourself, but they don't really talk to you. It's literally doing the bare minimum. If the state says you need to give them 2 pebbles, they're gonna find the smallest fucking pebbles to give you until you deal with it. And the fact that parents pay $100,000 fucking dollars, a whole fucking $1 million house payment a whole fucking $1 million fucking down payment on a house, to send your fucking kids to a place for them to get even more traumatized. No, I said people are spending $100,000, which is a payment of a whole 20% down payment on $1 million house. You could be buying a fucking another property, but instead you're choosing to help your child, which there's no problem with that. But you're spending all this money for your child to be malnourished, sleep on the floor. They don't know it. It's sad. The parents don't fucking know it. It's very fucking sad. Like, one time I was trying to get to know the staff and stuff, and they give you a packet of goals, they call it. It's like little things that you answer, stuff like that. So I was just, trying to make conversation with each staff, because there's different staff that come every day. So I was just trying to make conversation with each staff, like, to start the conversation, like, oh, how do you do the goals and stuff like that. So for about a week, I was just talking to staff about the goals, and this fucking cunt bitch that worked there was gonna, she called me, into her and one of the other females. I guess they had asked the staff about what I was talking to them about the whole week I was there. And they all were like, oh yeah, she was just asking about her goals and stuff, like how to do them. Not meaning, she took this as, oh, she's just trying to find an answer she likes from someone. You get what I'm saying? She's asking everybody because the person before didn't give her the right answer she wanted. So she's trying to find a nice, easier way to do this. When all it was me trying to make conversation. Like, you get what I'm saying? Mom, you get what I'm saying by that, right? I was just asking them about the goals. Every staff that I met, about the goals each day because I wanted to get to know them. It wasn't like, oh, I'm just looking for the right answer. No, I'm looking for a reason to talk to you. Like, oh, how do you do this? Da, da, da. Like, just making conversation. I had to pick up 25 fucking barrels of horse shit because I wanted to make conversation with the fucking staff. She took that as I'm looking for someone to give me the answer I want. That's why I keep asking all the staff this. No. Bitch, I can't even explain how I get so furious talking about it because you're helpless. You can't call your parent. You can't email your parent. You can't talk to your parent because if you tell your parent what's going on, they read all your fucking letters. They read all your letters from the jump, whether you tell your mom you ate a fucking apple today or you say, this motherfucker is touching my ass. They read all your fucking letters regardless. So I could put money on it that this young girl that was getting fucking molested there was writing her mom telling her what was happening and they weren't sending her letters out because that's how fucking ignorant they are. These people don't care about your fucking kids. Any parent who wants to send their kids to fucking Turnabout Ranch, you need to rethink your decision. You need to Google it. You need to fucking Google the place. Because anybody who wants to send their kid somewhere where a child was molested and punished for telling that she was getting molested by a staff member there, and fucking, like I said, malnourished and fucking walking around an arena till they have a fucking, what's it called, an infection. Someone, you want your kid going somewhere where someone was murdered? Is that where you want your kid to go? Like, and it's sad because parents don't fucking know. This is my whole point of this whole life. Parents don't fucking know what they're doing. I'm not mad. Stop saying I'm mad I had to clean up horse shit. I'm mad I had to clean up horse shit for trying to make conversation with someone. I could understand if I did something wrong, if I was over there talking about, oh, yeah, I do this and that when I'm home and da-da-da because you're not allowed to war story. I could understand if I was doing that, but all I was doing was trying to make conversation. And they made up their own quote-unquote of what I was doing there when it wasn't what I was doing at fucking all.
Danny, anyone who's saying that, they're just looking for attention. You're making sure you clean the poor shit. The fucking parents are beating the fuck out of them in their house. What the fuck they're talking about.
So Dr. Phil sends these kids there because he has a connection. He has a friendship with the person who runs it. That's why it's free for him to do it. He don't got to pay nothing. Well, as much as I know, he don't have to pay nothing, so it's easy for him. When there's places like that place that I went to in Newport where they really give a fuck about your child and they don't make them eat all their food on their plate if they don't want to. They don't fucking starve them. They don't fucking yell at them. They don't punish them. Like, you don't need to send your kids somewhere to get I understand y'all parents don't know this. I'm not talking about just everybody's parents. I'm talking about like the parents who want to send their kids to places like this. You need to do your education on these places. You need to. If your child is just not listening to you, don't fucking send them away. That's not what you do. You need to go to family therapy with your child or try to talk to your child. Your first step is to just send them away. If your kid smokes a little bit of weed, don't send them away. Now, if you have a kid that's high off fucking methamphetamine every night, maybe you should try a rehab. But a punishment place? No. These parents think, Jimmy's not listening to me. He told me no. Time to pack up and go to Turnabout. No. Y'all need to learn how to raise your fucking kids before you send them the fuck away. That's the problem. Y'all don't want to raise them. Y'all want somebody else to fucking do it. No, I'm being serious. Of course I do. What do you... Mom, I was there with kids who their parents sent them there for finding a joint in their room. Why is your kid all the way in fucking Utah and y'all live in fucking Florida?
I got sent there for just having a joint in their room. I doubt it.
I can promise you.
I doubt it.
I can promise you that's what happened. I can promise you.
I doubt it.
I can get in touch with the girl if you want to talk to her. That it is really a problem. They're sending their kids to these places that are fucking hell. They're literally fucking hell. All for a kid who got sexually abused. You don't need to go there. You didn't do anything wrong. You don't need to be punished. You don't need to be punished for anything. People think treatment centers. Some are good. Some are for kids who deserve to be in jail, and it's a program. Sometimes you could get court ordered. If the judge has sympathy for you and it doesn't put you in jail, you could get a court ordered program, which is not like a treatment center. They call it a treatment center, but it's not. It's literally just a jail that's more lenient. That's literally all it is. My whole thing was with this is that girl should not have fucking been punished for being molested by one of their staff members. They should have done something. They should have punished the fucking staff member, not punish the fucking girl. Why are you punishing the fucking girl? You don't get what I'm saying? Like, this shit is fucked up, and a lot of parents don't understand what they're doing. They think, oh, the kid just needs to go away. If your kid has a drug problem or something like that, you need to send them to a rehab. You don't send them to a fucking lose your privilege. I don't know how to explain it. Like, this place is literally like